Hello and welcome to Sprangboro Sessions, episode 77. I am Jamie Dare, and this is my friend, Mr. TJ. Otto, everyone.
Golf clap, golf clap.
Golf
Hello,
clap.
hello, hello.
You probably hear my dog in the background slurping water because this microphone's really good. So, hello, TJ. How have you been, sir?
Good man, good man. How you doing?
I am doing very well. Very well. We have been talking about getting one of these knocked out, so here we are,
Yes,
taking
sir,
care
yes, sir.
of business, if you will.
Let's see. I didn't realize you could turn the mics on. Oh, it's sweet. Because it's
Oh,
like your mic. I was like, wait a minute. You can do stand? I'm like, oh, the stand goes the other way.
gotcha. Um,
Never mind the idiot behind the
no,
mics.
no, it's just like any other toys, man. I love toys. Uh, I got some toys right here.
Ooh, what's that? What's that? What's that? You,
So I'm doing a podcast, probably Saturday or Sunday that I'll
mhm,
put up next Wednesday. I'm gonna do a 40 to 400, and I'm gonna
mhm.
talk about these guys. But I'll give you a brief summary.
Yeah.
So there's two of these. That's all. So you
Okay.
turn it on, and
Plug
it,
in,
and it
wireless.
connects to the other one. Yes.
Hmm.
So they are transmitter receiver for guitars.
Gotcha.
So I had gotten a pair like the first year of I think the year of COVID or maybe right before it, one or the other, and they were pretty inexpensive, and I used them, and they were all right, but they would only, like halfway through a show, my sound would like start to die out, and it was very apparent that it was happening, and so now I ended up, and I'll save a good majority of that for the other one, but basically somebody was talking to me about a pair they got, so I went out and I got another pair. So after research, the other ones that I got, and they were like on 900 megahertz frequency. Yeah. So connection problems and things is going to
Hmm.
happen. So these ones here are on 5.8 gigahertz. Um,
Nice. There you go.
they have 5 hour battery life, fully charged, and they have a range of 100 feet. So,
Oh, nice. So you
uh,
still could do the front.
yep.
That's cool.
So if I want to practice, I just plug my receiver right into my interface here, plug it into my guitar, and it's ready to go. That's it.
Yeah.
Literally, you turn it on and it's ready to go. That cuts out. Where did I put the bag?
All the
This
way. Yeah.
this much stuff
Yeah.
because this is the wireless transmitter that I use now and I've
Yeah.
been using.
Hmm.
Yeah, dude, it's just funny. I'll show you just the box because you got a transmitter, you got a receiver, you got batteries, cords,
Yep.
plugs. So this is an 80 wireless. This thing is probably, I don't even know how old it is,
Now, is
but
that wireless to just the amp, or is it wireless to your guitar?
it's so that box there you plug in and you run a quarter-inch cable from that to the amp, and then you have this guy that you
Runs to
put
your
that you plug into your guitar.
clip it
So
to your.
so this requires a 9-volt battery, which I'm fortunate. I did research and I got the OK cells. So these are
Nice.
9-volt, but they're rechargeable.
Oh, nice, nice, very nice.
So yeah, so even though this has been my staple for the last 2 years or better,
Hmm.
um, I'm going down from that to two little transmitter receivers that just plug right
Nice.
in. Like
That's awesome.
we're already stripped everything down. We're playing without any guitar amps at all on stage.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We have a full light show now, like
Hmm.
the
So
real deal, and so full setup or full tear down rather now is full lights. I'm talking up lights and
mhm.
fronts, backs, all that. Everything. It's for 40 minutes, taking our time. And that's loaded into the cars.
Mhm.
It's pretty
Yeah,
nice.
it's like 40 minutes just to unplug everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you start to lose some of the feeling of, there is a certain type of feeling when you're playing with a guitar amp and it's
Stage
just
presence.
cranked,
Yeah,
But
stage presence.
but the payoff is so much more. And if you dial your things correctly, you feel it, They have this thing. It's called a backbeat. Did I ever tell you about that? It's like a vibrator, like a vibrating pack. It's this big,
Yep.
and you put it on your guitar strap on the back,
Hmm.
and anytime the frequency is supposed to be low at that point, it vibrates. So you feel like
Oh,
you're
okay.
getting that low rumble when you're at that
On the
frequencies. Uh, you know, different. And I was like looking at it when I was first hearing about in-ear monitors and stuff, and I'm like, maybe I'll get one. Things like $300. I'm like, no,
that's kind of
no,
like,
I'm
isn't that
not
kind of
doing
like
that.
cheating? Kind of like the sound effects from Tesla. We have snags in the speakers.
Right? True.
It's like,
It's just it just blows my mind.
but it's crazy. It's crazy.
It just blows my mind.
Too, especially for it's probably really good for like you folks on the old school way for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't play it gives them that feel of, okay, I'm hitting these chords. So it's a lot shorter. Oh yeah, it felt well, from the band.
Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man.
Awesome.
Um, so what you been up to? Been gaming anything other? I mean,
Doing
you've been playing what?
Apex.
Apex.
Getting back into Apex. It's really freaking-
I think your audio is cutting in and out. I don't know if it's your compression or what. But
Uh,
I apologize.
uh, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Sounds better.
Tell me about Apex. But
Um,
you have no video. I don't know if you knew
yeah,
that.
just real
Oh,
so
you switch. Okay.
yeah, recently.
I was just making sure it wasn't my stuff.
No, it's because I unplugged the one. Give me a second.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Uh,
Don't
I,
keep talking about.
huh?
Yeah.
And today's broadcast is brought to you by our partners at.
I couldn't okay trying to make it on. It's awesome.
You know what else is awesome? Tonight, Pittsburgh and Cleveland play on Amazon Prime. So there's a bunch of butthurt people
Oh,
because because it's on Prime.
is it just Prime?
Yep. Yes, sir. To my understanding. Yep. And
Hmm. Right.
hi.
It's still frozen. I think it's still frozen.
Yep.
Get
Um.
that out. Put this back on.
So
Yeah.
Vegas' preseason is upon us. So I'm sure you've been taking a look at and seeing Seattle's coming up here.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited for some hockey, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. There we
Dude, Seattle, man, they're gonna be a team to reckon with now.
go. Oh yeah. I think
After all these new trades and all these new things that they've picked up, everybody's talking. They're definitely
I
not
don't
that
want to get my
inch.
hopes up. Yeah, that they'll do better this season. See who they keep.
Looks like they're playing the Oilers next Monday at 10 p.m.
Oh, nice.
Yep, dude, it's awesome.
That'll be a good game to start.
I'm definitely excited for that hockey. As you know,
Oh yeah.
you know this year's been pretty awesome. It's been a lot different, since we've had our son, and we've done a lot of things here in the last several weeks, and gone to festivals and gone to a water park, and
Mm-hmm.
just done things that like when we were doing a podcast back in the day. It's like, well, I'm gonna get out and do a little bit more when I can.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
I've been living.
I been getting back into streaming, doing more gaming. Pretty still my settings just screwed up. Adjusting everything support for my PC. That's completely stuff to stream because it's such a beast for was.
Hmm.
It's I'm getting a 650 to an 850, but yeah, I've been doing that and cooking a lot, trying new stuff out in the kitchen. We're gonna try and do. There's a dish that I saw. It's a large ravioli stuffed with spinach or cottage cheese. And something in the middle of it, you put a egg yolk. So when you cook the pasta, cook it for a couple of minutes, and then when you cut into it, the egg like dip the egg. So like it's like ooey gooey, but streaming out of me. It's freaking wonderful. So we're gonna play with it. But the ravioli is like a big plate size ravioli. So it's called a ravioli. Violi. That's what it's at. So whatever the hell they call it, that's like the pasta. And, so really excited for like I really got flame like under my hands for the cooking because of the people I work with. So like, bounce some ideas off and do with like just so. So we're gonna try, I'm gonna try to make a chicken cacciatore in some that style chicken marsala as well. So we're trying to take like a bunch of different pasta dishes and make it like a stuffing for that ravioli. So when you cut open, it's just one big pasta with like chicken cacciatore, chicken marsala and stuff. So yeah, it's been fun. We're gonna do some stromboli at work, I think, soon. It's really like they give us full reign to do for these like events. So they do what's called a nine dine. So that the people go out and they play nine adult pick up they have different menu items for that event. So like Monday and Wednesday we do those, and then we have a similar thing for choose on Wednesday for another people that do like a nine cultural deal. I feel that way. But yeah, it's really cool. We're doing backwards for the ones month or two. I think it's like 6 weeks. So for 6 weeks, we're going to be doing like two banquets a week for those type of instead of doing it to order. So like we don't get slips and just do like a banquet stuff, like 6 or 7. Yeah, it's really awesome. Get to like try stuff
It
out.
sounds delicious.
Yeah, dude, like all those pictures I've been putting up on
Hmm.
Facebook, those are all from the 90s. Specials we do, stuff we do, like we have like ingredients from like we're like what was it 2 or 3 weeks ago we had like rain, heavy rain. It's like the first big game. So it's golf. Nobody's not people do play golf and it starts to thunder but you can't let anybody close. Field. So wouldn't be safe. So a lot of times people cancel their so sometimes bunch of extra ingredients and stuff like that. So I have to, implement put a special menu for lunch specials to get rid of those to buy something. It's cool to get to flex your culinary imagination. Oh, well, what can we do with this? What kind of special dish can we have? It's kind of like that music thing. It's like, oh, say, uh-oh. You good? Yeah.
Check your phone. Um, so the raviolis, they're the size of a plate.
Yeah,
They,
I think you're hearing spurts. So
um, so going back
there we
to
go.
that,
Is
is
that
that,
better? Is that better? Or is it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3?
I'll tell you in a second. It's just when you get talking is when it goes. Um, yeah, so,
Oh, hold on.
all right, no problem.
Um, now we'll try like that. How's that better?
Hello.
Hello.
There you are.
Is it better? Yeah.
I think
It
so.
was. Yeah, it was coming through my headphones. Or not my headphones, my webcam.
Oh,
So it was doing that through my Nvidia, which was fucking it all up. That's why.
okay. So
All right.
let's do a quick rewind. So this
So rewind.
ravioli, you had me at ravioli the size of a plate, and then I couldn't hear a damn thing you said, and I'm
All
like,
right.
this
So
is
recap.
teasing me right now.
All right. So ravioli's the size of a plate, and the one that was made by a couple of Michelin chefs back in like the 1970s. I think it was like 1970, might have been 76. I can't remember. It's not a great year, by the way. But so the ravioli they stuffed with a ricotta and spinach mixture, and they made like a little, like a little well with it. Well, not a little one; it's a big ravioli the size of
Mhm.
a plate, but they made that well, and then they take an egg yolk. They throw the egg yolk in the center of that well, not to break the egg yolk. And then when they put the top of the ravioli on, they cook the ravioli for a couple of minutes. That way, when you cut into the ravioli, the egg runs like it would on a dippy egg.
Keep
Whereas
going.
for people
Keep
around my
going.
area, it's
Keep
sunny side
going.
up egg.
Keep
So yeah,
going.
it looks delicious. So we're gonna play with that. We're gonna try and get that done. If we can do it successfully, we're going to make our own pasta for it. Right now, we're just ordering in pasta pre-made sheets, big sheets, um, just to test it out to see if we can uh, replicate it.
Hmm.
And then if we can, we're gonna do like my idea was to do a chicken marsala inside one of these or a chicken piccata inside one of them.
What about what about a chicken like a chicken patty like
Mhm,
with the breading and stuff like that? What do you
mhm.
guys?
Like a
What do you?
chicken parm,
Yeah. So what about
chicken parm.
parm?
Yeah, you could.
What about
Oh yeah.
chicken parm inside of a ravioli?
Yeah, yeah, we could try that. We can try. One of my other ideas was actually one of the. It was funny because one of the guys, Nick, was not working the night we were talking. Me and my boss were talking about this, and then Nick came in the next day. Me and my boss had talked about maybe doing like a turkey meatball or like a regular meatball, but a big version of it, and putting it inside with a little bit of sauce. You know what I mean? And doing it that way. And then Nick came in the next day and had the same exact idea. Like he was like, "What if we put meatball inside?" I was like, "Dude, we would or meat." He said, "Let's put a meat inside, like a meat sauce." And I was like, "Dude, that was like the." I was like,
He's like
"Great minds,
he's
man!
like
Great minds."
that's the sauce right there, bud.
It's great minds. But yeah, so it's really exciting. Like we get to like flex like the creativity there. Right? It's like they actually like take my input. They'll put stuff on the menu. We'll do stuff like some of those things you've seen in the pictures on my
Hmm.
on my Facebook. Those are all from what's called a nine and dime. If you've if you heard what I said before
I
on
didn't
this, I
hear.
don't know,
I
not you,
didn't.
but I'm just saying to the audience, if you heard what it is, I'm sorry, I'm going to repeat it again. But the nine and dine is when they play. People will go. A group of people will go and play 9 holes of golf. We're talking like anywhere between 70 to 100 ladies,
Wow.
and then they'll go play nine holes of golf, and they'll come in and they'll eat off of a special 5 item menu. So we'll make like 5 different dishes. We'll create 5 different dishes, and they choose one of those 5 dishes to for the nine and dine event. Um, so those dishes we make up. Like we pick what we're gonna do. It could be anywhere from like a chicken sandwich to chicken piccata, whatever we decide to make. So those dishes you see on my Facebook, those are from those nine and dine events. And that's all stuff that my boss and us have all come up set. We take a good amount of time. We're always talking about it. We have a little notebook we write down our ideas on. We're always collaborating and adding stuff and changing stuff, taking stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's a really cool and fun environment. Like this summer has just been like I have not wanted to call into work once. Like I've just every morning I go, I'm like, oh sweet, all right, we might have some specials today. Let's see what we can do, what we can create today.
It's
Like sometimes,
inspiring, you know?
yeah, it's fun, man. Like I wish it wasn't just seasonal, but yeah, and like the owners are in there like every day. They're super hype people up. We just had our first banquet event last night for the nine and diners. Or no, not last night, Monday night. We had one Monday and we had one last night, Wednesday night for the other group. So we
Hmm.
split it up over a couple of weeks because we don't want to do like all of the nine and diners in one night. It's like 300 ladies. So it's a lot of people to have to do in one night on a banquet. So we're splitting it up over a few different nights. And they call us out. They hype us up. They're very complimentary. They ask how your day is, how you've been, how your family is, and they're very invested in their people. They're very like how's everything going? Like hey, that was awesome. When you make something that's good, I mean they'll tell you if something's not good, but they'll always like it's a very positive environment as far as like for cooking, for your creativity stuff. It's a welcome change to the
Getting
30
yelled
some
at
years I've been
and
working.
stressed and
Yeah,
you guys ain't
like
worth nothing, you know.
dude, we kill it. We have a tiny kitchen. I mean, you put 3 people behind the line, we're elbow to elbow, and we put out you know hot large restaurant quality food in a small environment and in a short amount of time. We've those ladies start those ladies start coming in at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and then they're done around like 8ish, depending on how many there are. So it's like you have they don't let everybody. Obviously, you can only have so many people on a tee at a time. So it's not like 90 women come in and you've got 90 women on the golf course at once. They're staggered for tee times. So they tee off. People don't know what teeing off means. When you're at the start of a hole in golf, it's called teeing. So at the tee time, they set up a tee time. Okay, we got this group of 5 people or 6 people. They try not to do eights anymore. They try to keep it to six. Eight top tickets are just a pain in the butt if people are modifying stuff. But they'll start off with like before, and then it's seven. I think it's 7 minutes later. The next group will start on the next hole. So it's like gives everybody time to finish that hole before they have another group on the hole. Uh, so yeah, it's nice steady pace until like the ladies decide they're all gonna like stand outside and talk for a little bit. And then they're like, you get like a group of, like 4 different groups that'll come in at once. And you're like, what the heck? We just got like 4, 6 stops at once. You're like, shit. All right. Trying to get these tickets done in 15 minutes with 3 people.
Then everybody just looks at each other. Is like, all right, let's get to work.
Yeah. 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 But yeah, it's crazy. It's hectic, but it's so rewarding. Um, and the pay's good too. They pay well. They respect you. Everybody respects everybody's opinion. They'll listen to what you have to say about something. They won't just be like, "No, that's dog shit." You know what I mean? They're like, "Well, we might not try that just because we've tried it before and it didn't really work out." Like some things, I was like, "Okay, well, what if we tried it like this?" I'm like, "Oh, you know what? We didn't try it like that before." And they're receptive to ideas. They don't just shut them down. I mean, I've had places where I've worked where it's like, no, we've done this for 18 years this way. We've tried. You don't think we've tried it any other way? We're not. It's like, all right, well then, fuck me. I'm just gonna just shut up and not bother trying to
Right.
contribute to
Yeah,
this, you
man.
know.
No one likes to work in that kind of, you know.
And then people don't realize that that's why they are so shorthanded. You know, like, sorry, nobody wants to work in that environment,
Mm-mm.
and I refuse to. I'm not going to do it. You know, I'm at the age now where I know enough people. I have enough experience, ability to jump from one place to the other in a drop of a hat. That I'm not stressing for work.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome. Hard work pays off, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I put in a lot of years for bullshit jobs, you know, to have the backup of, okay, well, if I'm in a pinch, I can call any one of 5 places, have an interview, be hired on the spot. It's not, and I don't mean to sound cocky, but that's how confident I am in my ability.
There's
And
nothing wrong with being confident,
you
my
know,
friend.
that's how I feel about that. You know, I get a lot of shit sometimes from distant relatives and stuff, and quote unquote friends who are like, well, why don't you just pick a career and pursue it? I was like, well, are you happy with what you do every day? I'm happy for you if you are, but if you're not, try something new.
Mm-hmm.
If that doesn't work out, try something new. It's never too late. You know, it's never too late to try something new, do a new direction, take a new course. You know, like you don't know everything. I don't know everything, and that's why I like new jobs. I like learning stuff. I like learning new skills. I've learned so much just in this summer alone working in the place. You know, it's like everybody there has their own life experiences. They've lived their own ways. They've worked in different places. They've learned different techniques. They've learned different styles. They've learned different tastes. Oh, and just be around those people and be have that kind of environment where you're you're welcome to express and put your ideas out there without the worry of someone going, "Oh, right, you're an idiot." You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
we still joke around and stuff, but it's nothing to the point where it feels like you're like you. I mean, granted, again, we're only 4 people. That does help, but it's just a different environment. I'm gonna miss it for the winter for sure. But all right, I rambled for too long.
No, no. That's just nice to see you laugh and smile, man. I'm glad to hear the stories. Sorry, I don't know if they got to hear you, but I didn't, and I apologize.
No, that's fine.
But I'm glad you recap because that it makes it make a lot more sense better than.
Yeah. Yeah, next time, just tell me, hey, dude, I can't. Your thing's cutting out too much. What's going on?
Well, I'm
I
like,
know
man,
I get on a roll, but
I'm like, I'm like, man, he's gonna come down from this eventually, and he's gonna be like, son of a bitch. Uh, been there, done that.
yeah,
Um, so I'm thinking about this ravioli, right? With
yeah.
just in general, it just sounds good. Um, it's just different. It's kind of like the cheeseburgers that you put in between grilled cheese sandwiches. Like
Oh yeah, yeah,
it's just different.
yeah.
It's different approach, but it's just so awesome.
Yeah, we
Um,
have like this group of people that's all they want. They want like we sell a crap load of grilled cheese sandwiches there. And I was like, well, why don't we just lean into that?
yeah.
Let's just make like some crazy freaking funky grilled cheeses. Let's just do it. I mean, we have a grilled cheese store on Cape that opens up just for the summer, and all they sell is grilled cheeses. It's called the grilled cheese store. It's like the grilled cheese restaurant or something. I forget what it's called, but it's like that's all they do for the summer, and then they're closed for the winter.
Mm.
Like you could do it. Like there's so much stuff.
Yep, it's fancy. It's fancy, fancy.
Well, I made a barbecue grilled cheese sandwich with like pickled onions and stuff for the owners and stuff. They're like, "This is awesome. Put this on the menu." Like seriously, think about putting this pulled pork grilled cheese sandwich.
You're like, well,
Like,
will do.
yeah. So it's just awesome. I got
Ah,
it.
it's making me hungry. Although my stomach's been, you know, um, been full.
Yeah.
My wife, she made some like Caesar seasoned chicken or something like that.
Oh, nice.
She never ceases to amaze me. And you hear that? That was Grayson.
Oh yeah.
That's the boy. He's figuring it out.
Yeah,
And did the
it's gonna
dog
be cool, man.
tails.
I kind of want to I want to try and come out soon.
Hmm.
Try and be out there soon. I've got talking with a friend of mine right now about working for a company called Bimbo Bakery. It's a a bread company. They deliver like breads to the grocery store and small market format stuff like that. So they have a route opening up sometime at the end of this year. So I want to try and get out before that starts because that'll be a little bit difficult to take time off from. Whereas with this job, I can just be like, hey, I want to take 4 days off. I'll work around it. But I do want to get out there and see you guys. Get out, see the little man.
He just wants to come out here and smash a walking taco. Yeah.
You found me out.
Oh
I
man.
was seriously thinking about trying to put those on the menu at the restaurant. At the restaurant.
Just totally do it. They never disappoint. We were eating food over at the cousin's house a couple weeks ago, and it was just like a bunch of leftovers and stuff from like every day we were doing something for a couple days. Like we had tacos one day, we had this and that and that and that. Well, we're eating all these leftovers, and I'm like looking around, and there's a bunch of little bags of chips, and I'm like, popped open the Doritos. I poured my taco meat in there, started making it, and everybody looks at me. They're like, "Good move." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, it's a good move, indeed."
I was I was keeping a bag of Doritos just in case.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
So,
it's
so awesome.
awesome. It is awesome, man. I haven't been doing a whole lot with the music thing outside of playing. I've been spending a lot of time with the fam, and I don't feel bad about it. I've
Oh
spent
yeah, dude.
doing that and grinding on that. And dude, I got one, two, three, four, five, a whole hand guitars right beside me. Okay.
Right on.
And I got another one back there.
That's
and
awesome, dude.
and it's fun because I do play most of them quite often, switching around and things like that. Um, yes, so I will tell you this before it gets too late. So I like to go down a rabbit hole, as you know,
Mhm.
and I think I told you about them the other night, but for our listeners, so I was listening to Spotify because my cousin told me about Tyler or something Holbrook or whatever his name is, and so I went and I looked him up, and I'd already knew the name because my twin brother had already made me look him up before, and so I put it on this guy's whatever, and I let it play a couple songs, and then I found like a Mitchell Tenpenny song, and I'm like, all right, cool. So I clicked that, and I just let it play for a while, and then after it plays a certain amount of songs or whatever, then it starts going to shuffle modes on plays things. So, anyways, long story short, it lands on this song, and I'm like, wow, that is a really heavy guitar. Like that is like Brantley Gilbert heavier. Like it's heavier than Brantley Gilbert's guitar.
True.
I'm like, what the hell is this? And I look and it says Lakeview. I'm like, okay. So hey, why not jump down another rabbit hole?
Mhm.
So I go and I look on YouTube and I'm like Lakeview live, and it pulls up a couple of really awesome videos and stuff. And it's like these two guys, and one video was like them and like this guy playing on a acoustic or on a drum pad, and it
Yeah,
was awesome, awesome,
yeah,
awesome.
they're really cool. They're both from different
Pittsburgh,
heavy metal bands.
they're
Yeah, but
Pitts.
they were also both from different heavy metal bands. Like they were both from like they both were like not scream metal, but it was you know what I mean, like that
Yeah.
that type of stuff.
See,
It's
I
fucking
didn't know
cool.
that much at that
Yeah,
point, but I'm not
yeah.
surprised. But what I did hear is that they're from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I'm all like,
Some pity boys.
I'm like, dude, that's some hours away, but
Yep,
dude,
it's pretty cool.
that would be fun.
Oh, yeah.
So I just started following the band on like Instagram and
I follow
Facebook.
him on TikTok now.
Really? See, I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
find them on there yet. I didn't look
That's why
up.
I found out that. So I found out about two different bands that they put in.
Uh, See, I'm just not up to my TikTok. Even though
I
I
just
make
started to.
TikToks, I make TikToks and I get on there like once in a while. Uh, but yeah, that's true. That is
I
true.
just got into TikTok. Like I've got my algorithm trained so that it's all like music, comedy, and like kind of that along that happy, lucky go lucky type. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like no political stuff, none of that stuff. No little weird shit.
Hmm. No, and it is pretty nice. I know people get on there and they look at live news and stuff all the time. It's really cool. But yeah, them Lakeview man, I'm like, oh man,
Yeah, I forgot.
those dudes are badass. I'm like, I want some of that. Yeah, but
But yeah,
yeah. So that's been a new thing. Just listen, been just found them over the weekend, as you know, and uh, looking at streaming. I've thought about it, but I have not. Usually, I have my sidekick here, my
yeah.
beautiful angel. I actually had someone ask me, they're like, how come we don't do podcasts so much? Like, because my daughter's always sitting with me and I'm spending time with my kid. We're playing
Yep.
games together and stuff, and I'm like, and
I'll be
also
streaming
it's also
God of
funny
War this weekend.
on PC.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the 2018 one,
Good.
start from the beginning, and do that, and then when I beat that one, I'll go to the second to get ready for Ragnarok. She's coming out soon.
Hmm,
I'm
that's
psyched.
awesome. Yeah, I bet. I mean, those games were always good. Always. They've
I need
never.
some of that one player like just adventure game in my life again.
Hmm.
I need some of that again.
Yep. Well, that's why people play like the Horizon Zero Dawn and all that kind of stuff.
Another one I want.
See,
Spider Man. That's another one I
oh,
want
that
to do.
Spider Man, that new one.
Sony's finally putting their games out on PC, so like their first party titles. So I'm hoping I can start getting back into that again. The single player games. I miss that. I miss that story driven like the like go search for shit type games.
Hmm.
Like
Oh
I
yeah,
miss those.
when you're just sitting there in the zone,
You're just
just shooting the
immersed in
game.
the world.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yep.
know.
I mean,
So
it's been some time for me since I've done that, but that's because me, shit. I
you're
was
busy.
I was sitting there the other day and my daughter's staring at me and I'm doing this and I'm just looking like this and she's like, "Are you listening to music, Dad?" I said, "No, I said I'm actually just agreeing with the voices in my head." Yeah.
You'll get there one day, sweetie. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, I'm such a dick. She handed me her test and it said A plus terrific on it. And
Nice.
I look down at it and I look at her, I was like, so there's no room for improvement?
You hit the ceiling, girl. You gotta.
She just looks at me, my wife just looks at me, and I'm like, he. Yep,
Oh, dude, when I move there, she's gonna be so annoyed.
trust me. It'll be so worth it.
It'll be awesome.
She,
I'll feed her and she'll love me.
she's a good one,
Oh yeah.
she makes my day.
Oh yeah.
We were at the fair, and I was carrying Grayson around so the wife, didn't have to. And
Mhm.
I'm looking down at the kid and I'm looking at the wife and I'm like, ugh. I grab my phone. I'm on Amazon. I'm buying a front side carrier. Like 2 days, 2 days it'll be here. Good. Man, so it showed up 2 days later. We go down to the fair and we're standing there and they're all playing games and shit. And Amber's walking around. She's got Grayson, and she's like, I'm going to go grab something. So she went over, and she was probably gone like 10, 15 minutes, went over to go, like, grab a sandwich or something. She comes back, and there's Grayson. dangling lifeless in the front carrier.
Scratched out.
She just looks at him, looks at me, and we're both just laughing because he's just out, out.
He's like, I've been good.
I'm like, dude, that's awesome.
Oh, the life, the life.
The hands free life, you know.
Oh yeah.
She was making. Sorry,
No, you're good.
been a long day. Um,
Mhm.
so she's like making dinner the other day, and she's like holding the kid and all that stuff. I was like, didn't I buy you a carrier? She's like, I'm cooking. I don't want him to get burned. I'm like,
There you go.
so
That's why
fuck.
she's a mother.
I'm like, you put him in there, right? And then you turn to the side. And she just looks at me like, hmm,
Oh man.
worth it. You
You
know,
know, definitely.
it's the little things in life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that was pretty
So
awesome playing there, man, at the fair again.
yeah. Oh
Everywhere,
yeah.
everywhere you look, it's people, and
Yeah. Sorry, I missed it, man. It's,
and you know, you remember how we talked about on the podcast about I got those really nice speakers,
yep.
so I plugged them in when I played with that other band, that Erie band, and
Mhm.
I didn't use them. Well, so again, we've been going ampless, you know, so I don't
Yep.
use speakers, I don't use none of that crap. So, but we knew at the fair, we were bringing our amps and we were plugging in, going live at 5, baby.
Yep.
I hook all my stuff up in the morning. Everything's good. I get there. I'm hooking everything up. Everything's going well. Sounds pretty good, you know, and that's just coming out of the monitor. I gotta turn the volume up. My speakers ain't working at all. I get nothing. So I tried every combination of moving around cables and twisting shit and doing everything I could. And everybody's freaking, you know, like usually freaks out. And they're like, oh my God, my amp's not working. I'm like, hell yeah. Thank goodness. My amp ain't working. Now I'm reminded why I don't
Why
use
you
this
don't
thing. Now I
know?
remember why I didn't want to bring this thing. So you
Yep.
know what? That's okay. Because I'll just use the monitors. I don't care. And
There you go.
I had a great show, great
Yep.
show. I had a
That's
floor
awesome.
monitor, you know, and I was the only person that had bass up on the stage, you know, in my monitor, which is all that mattered because that was
Yeah.
me. But I
Yep.
also was the only one that had a fan up front, and it was hotter than balls. So
Oh, sure.
the fan was nice. It was
Mhm.
very nice. But yeah, it was so funny. I'm like looking down at the speakers. I'm like, oh my goodness, really? Are we doing this? Really? Why? Why are we?
Just reaffirming your decision.
I'm
So,
like, yep. I'm sure I'm glad I spent that $54 on those new transmitters to, you know,
yep.
yeah, yep, 54
Uh,
bucks. You heard me, 54 bucks. And then I'm just gonna plug it into my guitar, and I'm gonna plug it into the soundboard, and that's it. We're
that's
done.
good.
We're
Yep.
done.
That's awesome.
We're done here. Like
That's so awesome, dude.
my gig bag has decreased since fuck probably 75% since the last time I saw you guys. You know,
That's awesome, man.
and
That's so cool. I remember when we went to the when we went to that gig in was it on the Ohio border there?
yeah, yeah.
It was yeah, that place was awesome, but it was your vehicle just packed. Like
Hmm.
I had stuff on my lap.
Yes,
Like,
yeah, that's right. And that wasn't even all of it. You know,
yeah.
now,
Oh,
now, now we have everything in the back of my car, everything, and a passenger.
that's awesome.
You
That's
know,
so awesome.
like it's crazy. But hey,
That's so
when you
cool.
don't have to bring
Ooh.
when you don't have to bring a whole bunch of cords and you don't have to bring a whole bunch of batteries, you don't have to bring a whole bunch of amps and stuff. Like I know, like for our one guitar
Less
player,
anxiety.
I know he's doing, you know, he's doing as well as one can hope for. You know,
Yeah.
he's been doing it a long time. It's big change, and you know, he's naturally a semi. Okay, when I say semi, I mean very rarely. He's like a happy guy. So everything's been an ordeal,
Yeah.
um, but the amount of stuff that him and me and Jerry and Jimmy have to bring is so crazy because we bring like nothing. and it's a lot, and it's just amazing how much it's changed in the last few years.
That's awesome.
And that's why I can't wait for fall time to officially, for like fall time in my head, so I
Mhm.
can get back outside and in the studio and start getting working on lights and getting
Yep.
working on that stuff again. You know, but
Yeah, it'll be good, man.
the boy will be a little bit older then. It's a couple months, 2 months from now, a month from now,
Mhm.
when I'll have more time to do that. But by then, Grayson will be, you know, he's he's very he likes to figure things out. He's by far figuring it out faster than any kid I've seen. Like, not
Yeah.
tooting or saying it. It's just crazy. Like, right after he was
Yeah.
born, he was like flopping his legs and his arms around and like trying to like. He's three
Trying to
months
get up
old.
and run.
He's 3 months old, and he already is like figuring out how to scooch his whole body. You can't lay him down in something and not expect him to move. We have to clip him into his chairs and stuff
Yep.
already, because, and I mean, he's 3 months old, and he's been sitting up for
Oh, man.
right off the bat. It was like he was born. He started trying to sit up all the time, and he's like constantly wanting to stand. He doesn't want to sit on his butt. He wants to stand. He gets upset if he can't id to figure out, So then
Yep.
he's a little wobbly and stuff, and but
Like, guys, I'm trying to do leg day here. Help me out.
it's it's
Every day's a
so
leg day.
it's so amazing watching
That's
him
awesome.
grow. Watching my daughter grow, it was awesome. But
Mhm.
it was a little different. Times were different for me in my life then, and I was working, a much different job and didn't have much time, and like now I'm able to live a little bit more and and I guess maybe I've always had time, but now I make time.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
you've seen it one way, you want to try it another. Like,
yeah. I'm not drunk all the time. I'm not, you know, out partying all the time. I don't. That's not my lifestyle. People think
mhm.
just because we play in a band that all we're doing is partying up, and that's not the
Yeah.
case. I mean, you
Yeah.
see it. You've seen it firsthand, dude. It's
Mhm.
work. You show
Oh,
up,
yeah.
you set up, it's work.
Yeah.
You play, it's work. You tear
Yeah.
down, it's work. You go
Yeah.
home, you unload it, it's work. You practice songs, it's work.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't realize how much work is really involved. Partying,
Oh, yeah.
no, no, we ain't a bunch of 20-year-olds out there trying to,
Yeah. No.
be the next big thing. No, we're people that are playing on the weekends. We're weekend warriors,
Yep.
for the most part. And I couldn't be more proud.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's
To
been awesome
be
to watch you guys
surrounded
grow
by
over the
to
past
be
years,
surrounded by people that aren't they don't do that.
Yeah.
That's not what it's about. They're out making money, and they're out, playing songs to the best of their ability, and having a good time. Well, most of us,
I got a better grasp of it when I went with you guys the first time. And I was like, oh, all right, this is what, what I mean? Like, I had an idea, but I didn't, you didn't know this. You don't know the scope until you see it, and you're there at the setup. You're there for the teardown. You know what I mean? Like, and unloading everything. You're like, all right, I get it now.
yep.
Like,
You're like, well, we got
yeah.
about another 2 hours worth of stuff to do right now.
Yeah, yeah. Before you even start the show.
Man.
So,
We used to have
yeah,
to show up to then. We had to show up 2.5, 3 hours early just to get it
yeah,
all figured out and set up. Now, if we really wanted to, we could set up 30 minutes, an hour, tops.
yeah.
And
That's
now,
not leaving any room for error, though.
well, everything's saved. Remember,
Oh, yeah,
your
yeah.
pedals
Right.
are all, your
Okay.
pedals are all saved at a certain
You're not
point.
readjusting every
Right.
single
The digital
show.
mixer saves itself. So
Yeah,
it just loads from the last one.
yeah, yeah. That's definitely a time saver just on its own, not having to recalibrate everything every single time you go to play.
Minor adjustments.
Yeah,
But yep, I know you have to get going. You said you had something
yeah.
you have to do, and it's getting to be that time. I definitely enjoy getting to chat and say hello.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Um, it's nice to see you smile and having a good time. We should definitely do this again pretty soon. Now that we're
Yeah.
gonna have a little bit more time.
Oh, yeah, dude. Definitely.
And yeah, I don't know. Anything else you want to touch base with before we shut her
Um,
off?
just tell everybody out there, keep trying something new. Put your, don't be scared to fail at something.
Fail better.
You know, yeah,
That's
it's
just it. Fail
fail and
better.
you fail, you learn, you move on, you try something else, you try it a different way. We're I heard something somewhere that somebody said is really kind of stuck with me was last week, and I'm going to butcher the shit out of it. It's you're a fuck up, I'm a fuck up, we're going to fuck up, but that's progress. You learn from your fuck ups, you move on. You don't worry about the fuck up from yesterday. Don't worry about the fuck up from today. You're still going to fuck up tomorrow. Like just fuck it up and then learn from it. But yeah,
Fail better. When I heard that term, I was like, wow, that
yeah,
makes a lot of sense. Don't be afraid to fail. Just fail better.
sure.
Um, yeah, man. I know. That's such real statements, man. I know. I can't wait to see what the future holds here in the next few months.
Me
Just
too.
living my best life, just like you
Yes,
are.
sir.
So, everyone, again, thanks for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you guys. We've made it a lot further in this podcast than we ever had even thought of to begin with. Very thankful for all you guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, and don't be afraid to live your
Oh,
best
that's
life.
life. Later.